Good day everyone. We are from Group PROMAX and today we will present our HIRARC, which stands for Hazard Identification, Risk Assessment and Risk Control. The case study that we are conducting today will be on the milling machine and the lathe machine at the TVET Center workshop. The objective of this study is to identify hazards in the chosen areas, evaluate the associated risk, and recommend appropriate control measures based on the hierarchy of controls. Through this assessment, we can improve safety awareness and create a safer learning environment for students and staffs alike.
Hari ini kita bersama dengan Puan Roslina binti
Hamid.
Hamid sebagai pembantu dalam lab kali ini. Jadi antara soalan yang saya nak tanya ialah pernah tak berlaku apa-apa kemalangan dalam lab?
Okey, setakat ni kemalangan memang ada berlaku dalam lab ni. Cuma major dengan minor lah. Dia tak terlalu berat sangat lah. Kes tu setakat macam kadang-kadang waktu dia orang run mesin tu adalah berlaku luka. Contoh dia kan, macam bila kita guna mesin yang milling ni dia ada satu serpihan. Jadi dia orang tercuai sikit lah, careless lah. Yang ni kes kecuaian lah banyak berlaku. Dia pegang, dia akan berlaku sikit luka macam tu lah.
Cuma sekadar kecederaan
Ya.
Jadi semasa mereka kalau melakukan apa-apa kerja, apakah tahap yang madam boleh bagi untuk sama ada lab ni bahaya, sederhana ataupun biasa saja?
Okey, lab ni, lab machining ni sebenarnya memang berbahaya lah. Tapi bergantung kepada cara kita nak handle mesin dan lab. Kalau setiap student yang masuk dalam lab ikut peraturan yang kita sediakan, macam contoh macam kita berpakaian lengkap, safety semua kan, jadi kita boleh kurangkan kemalangan yang berlaku. Risiko tu amat besar, amat tinggi.
Pada pandangan madam, apakah penambahbaikan dari segi keselamatan dalam lab ni?
Okey, kalau penambahbaikan kita perlu ada ni lah, sepatutnya kita perlu dari segi student sendiri kita perlu mengikut SOP yang sepatutnya ditetapkan. Itu yang paling penting lah sebenarnya.
Jadi student pun kena ikut dia punya SOP. Untuk semua orang pun perlu masuk dalam lab ikut peraturan yang sedia ada, maka keselamatan dalam hazard pun kita dapat kurangkan. Walaupun kita tak dapat menghindarkan keseluruhan, tapi kita berjaya kurangkan tu adalah satu pencapaian yang sedikit lah. Terima kasih bersama saya hari ini.
The first hazard is identify a broken cable protective conduit like this one. This occurs when the cable conduit become damaged due to continuous use, poor maintenance and physical impact, that increasing the risk of electrical leakage and electric shock. This consequence may include electric burn, equipment damage, serious injury or even fatal. For this hazard, likelihood was assessed possible because the electrical system was continuously used during workshop operation. The severity assessed as a major since the electrical wiring can cause serious injury, electric shock and fire incidents. Therefore, the risk score is 12 and categorized as a medium risk. To reduce the risk for engineering control, damaged conduit should be replaced with the heavy-duty conduit. For administrative control, regular inspection and electrical safety training should be implemented. For recommend PPE included the insulated glove, safety shoes and safety goggles.
For hazard 2, we identified the hazard related to lifting heavy material using the overhead crane. The main hazard is the structural failure of the overhead crane, which may occur due to overloading, poor maintenance, and one component or improper operation. If the crane fail during the lifting activity, the suspended load may fall unexpectedly and endanger Navy worker or students. The possible consequences include a serious injury, crushing injury, and even fatalities. Therefore, this hazard is considered very critical in the workshop environment. For risk assessment, the likelihood is unlikely because overhead crane operate are controlled by operator. However, the severity is catastrophic because because crane failures can cause serious injury. For administrative control, only trainer and certified personnel should operate the crane. Workers should wear PPE such as safety helmets during lifting activity.
Just imagine, as a user of this lathe machine or the drilling machine, you will feel uncomfortable when while you're drilling, suddenly you can feel sparks or the metal chips hitting, which also pose high medium risk that can cause severe injuries like burning or eye injuries when the metal chips hit your eyes. So to overcome this, we will recommend two risk controls like administrative control, which is putting up barrier for both to protect both the users and the passerbys from the flying chips and sparks. And another control we can initiate is emphasize on the use of PPE like safety goggles or gloves that will protect mainly the users from flying chips and sparks. This is to not only avoid injuries but can also make the surrounding area cleaner and easy for cleanup, and so that the chips won't be flying around.
The fault hazard here seems to be rotating machine parts. Let's say when an operator operates this machine, when he comes into close contact with these fast moving appliances, he might get into accidents such as cutting his fingernails, crushing, entanglement, or even amputation. So we have conducted a formal risk assessment for this machine, and the score was 15, which is a very high risk. So to overcome this, there's also a risk control in this machine, which is emergency stop button. So when the operator operates this machine, when he finds any danger, when he presses this, the whole machine shuts down immediately. So we also have suggested some extra risk controls, where the first one is engineering controls, where they can add a machine guard to protect the operator when operating this machine to avoid injuries. Next is administrative control. In administrative control, the lab should have strict SOP compliance and also mandatory competency training before attending this lab and operating this machine to avoid human error.
For our final hazard is we change this machine. What I see is this machine has the very extended part that we can see when this machine are operate, it will rotate at the left and the right. And also, as you can see, there are no marking. That means this is the way when some people or worker can walking at the behind of this machine. So, looking by this extended part, so when operate this machine, maybe accidentally they will bump their head, so it will affect their maybe brain damage. So based on our analysis, this machine and by their effects, it will be 9 for the medium for this risk. So to the recover by the this hazard, so I recommend as the administration control. So we need to mark this area, which in when the machine are operate, we can have some extra gap to walk away from this machine when operate, so we can reduce any risk when it's operate.
In conclusion, although most of the hazards are categorized under medium risk, they still have potential to cause serious injuries if control measures are not implemented properly. Therefore, administrative controls, engineering controls, and proper use of PPE is very important to reduce workplace risks. That's all. Thank you.